Hi, everybody. Okay, so I've been thinking about this for a while. Not since I made the last video, but just for a little bit. I wanted to talk about the other side, and that's why I titled it that. Okay. So the reason I didn't talk about it before was because that's the part that was rehashed, where both sides of the kids, Deke's kids want Deacon with Taylor, and Steffi, of course, doesn't want her with Deacon or them together or whatever, right? And so that's part of it. But then the other side, which is another part of it, is okay. Usually, I would say that if everyone's an adult, you can do what you want. But this man is married to another woman in the show, right? According to the storyline, Deacon and Sheila are married. So if he is with Taylor and they're not divorced yet, then he's cheating on her with someone else. Now, I don't know. I've never been a proponent of cheating either way because it just ends well. Um, you know, okay. So say you meet somebody and they turn out to be married, and where's it gonna go? I mean, the odds of the guy, if it's a guy, leaving his wife for you are low. And even if he does, most of the time you're gonna have the stigma of, okay, but he left his wife for you. So I'm just saying that, like, people want Deacon with Taylor and everything. And I said, okay, I can see how Taylor's happier than she has been, whatever. But when it comes down to it, you're still dealing with a married person and a single person. So I, I, I don't know how to gonna justify this because the only other storyline I've ever seen like this was in the very beginning, or I guess, this is season 21, but I don't actually know when it started. I think it was season 21. Um, and I only know this because I've been watching season 21. I just happen to be watching this season. I didn't do this on purpose. But, okay. So now I'm gonna go way back for a second, but it's gonna tie into what we're talking about now. Okay, so in the beginning of the soap opera, you're supposed to believe that Eric and Stephanie were married for a long time with 4 kids, right? But then you kind of get the idea that Eric has been not so faithful in the marriage because of comments that Stephanie has made. Okay, and so I'm like, okay, I am like not okay with it, but because we didn't see it, I was like, all right. And then he met Donna. I don't know how they met actually. I guess through work. And then they started an affair, but then he ended up leaving Stephanie and marrying Donna, and and then subsequently they of course got divorced or whatever because it is a soap opera. But then to this day they're married, but I don't know how long they've been married the second time. So I don't know. But I just want to say that that normally doesn't happen. Okay? Either the man who cheats or anyone who cheats ends up staying with the spouse they're with, and or maybe they do get divorced, but that doesn't mean they're going to be with you. So it just never ends well. I mean, so you got to think about that side too. Everybody wants to think about the romantic side and oh yeah, great. But you gotta think about the other side too. That's all I'm saying. So I don't know. Um, I was just thinking about that because I was like, well, yeah, but I don't know. But then I try to put in soap stuff too because see, the thing that's wrong with my brain is I know this is a soap opera, but I try my hardest to make it reality. So I'm like, well, in reality, you wouldn't do XYZ or, you know. But then this is a soap opera, so you kind of have to throw reality kind of out as much as possible. So I don't know. Um, I did have one little thought, but I don't think they're gonna do this. I don't know. But okay. So they could um have Sheila where she finds out, say Deacon and Taylor are going around and they're not so careful and they get found out, right? Say Sheila loses it and she goes back to old Sheila, like evil Sheila. Okay. Um, what Rebecca Buddings and Taylor's for the character's storyline, her days might be numbered. And I kind of said it jokingly before, but like maybe Rebecca Budig wants to do something else, so they're gonna take the character like and just retire the character. I don't know, but or yeah, well, as I say this, there are tons of possibilities, and unless I knew exactly how they plan on writing this, there's no way I'm gonna guess exactly what they're gonna do. Because they could go a bunch of ways with it. They could go where she finds out and she gets a little mad, but then they fix it, and they don't end up breaking up. Or she finds out, but she gets a little pissed, and uh, she just says, "Okay, I want a divorce," and nobody gets hurt. Or, you know, or Taylor could be the one who breaks it off because the guilt of uh, not doing what she's supposed to do in her professional life and then mixing personal could be too overwhelming and she stops it. Who knows? I mean, I just gave you like four possibilities right there. And I still don't know which way they're gonna go. So who knows? Uh yeah. But um I do think it's kind of interesting how and this part's funny only because I've been noticing a trend on Bold lately. But it's the kind of trend that I kind of like and kind of don't. But I got my reasons. Um, Most of the kids on there, unless they're kids, are adult children, like Hope and Deke and Steffi, right? And even Liam, if it was Bill Spencer. But you get my drift. Like, it's a lot of adult children. Okay? Why are they involved in their parents' stuff? Um, I am, as you can tell, an adult child because I'm an adult, but of course I have, well, my dad. Um, I'll get into the other side on another day. But you know, but I would never think about getting involved in my dad's life, you know, and say, I don't think you should do that, or like watch yourself, or I wouldn't do that because I know ultimately he's the one that's going to make the decision for his life. And the same goes for me. I mean, he can make opinions and stuff, but he knows at the end of the day, I'm going to make my own choices. So, how are these adult children so involved in their parents' life to the point of having a side of, well, I want my dad to be happy, so my dad should be with her. And then Steffi is like, but I don't want your dad with my mom because it's just not right. Okay, so maybe I get a bone to pick here because um Steffi, sweetie, um I okay, I don't really get you because you are the person who has cheated on your husband and he doesn't even know some of the stuff you did with other people. And then you have the right to tell your dad or tell whoever not who to be with. Really? You have the ability to tell your mom who to be with. Because why? Oh, okay then. And just because I call balls and strikes on this channel, I'm not really cool with Hope and Deke getting involved either because while they have their father's best interests at heart, it can come to backfire on them. Because what if Sheila finds out that Hope and Deke were behind Deacon stepping out on her, or whatever kind of language you want to put on her, and she finds out. What's to say that she's not going to turn some of that anger toward you? You ever thought of that angle? Just put it out there. So, and just for the record, I don't want Annika Noel to go anywhere because I love her, and whoever the actor is who plays Deke is great. So please don't touch them. And please don't have anything happen to Sean Cannon either. He's great. He's one of the best actors on there. So please, don't unalive anybody. Just say. But yeah, just some thoughts. All right. Bye, everybody.